So, unless you've been living in a cave, you know that during the Super Bowl, the first trailer for the new Amazon Prime Lord of the Rings series dropped. It was not a very long trailer. It is stunningly beautiful, I have to admit. I mean, I was blown away by what I saw in the trailer, but aside from that, it does not look like Lord of the Rings. Because, well, you know why, because it has to be woke. Hello and welcome back. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Remember to make sure that you're still subscribed, and please watch the video to the very end. That does help the algorithm quite a bit. Now, I am not a huge fan of Lord of the Rings. I love me some medieval fantasy, my favorite thing in the world. Sci fantasy, medieval fantasy, those are the two most favorite things that are not, well, you know, that one thing that all men like more than anything else. So I decided I would take a look at the onering.net on Twitter and just kind of peruse around there and see what people were saying the last few days, excitement about the upcoming trailer, and all of the different rumors that are flying around, and see what was on people's minds regarding the new Lord of the Rings show. And it says right here, we got the first one here. I don't know, this was from the 12th. This is good, is what I don't know how to pronounce your name says. Let's let j.r.r. Tolkien speak for himself on matters of adaptations, purity, and bigotry. First off, he encouraged expanding the legendarium with paint and drama. Oh, okay. Let's see what he says here. This is supposedly his quote. I had a mind to make a... Sorry, let me get the accent correct. I had a mind to make a body of more or less connected legend, ranging from the large and cosmogonic to the level of romantic fairy story, linked to a majestic whole, and yet leave scope for other minds and hands, wielding paint and music and drama. Okay, then. I know that accent shifted from like sort of English to Eastern European. That's all right. That's the only Tolkien accent I probably am ever going to do. So, hey, if I failed miserably, I failed miserably. But it doesn't say anything in here about that paint being brown or black or some other shade of non-European skin tone. Because that's what this is really about. This is about her saying, "Oh, look, see, he wanted people to paint their own version of Lord of the Rings. It doesn't have to be of European people. You know, those evil whiteys, those people. Why would you want to paint them? How terribly evil they are and all that stuff." But Tolkien was trying to create a medieval fantasy tale for the ages regarding Europe, regarding England especially. I don't know what to tell you. Not a whole lot of people who weren't white in Europe back 1,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago, 3,000 years ago. So let's see what else they got going on down here. I'm not sure what this is all about. Maybe they're talking about the trailer dropping in 48 hours from the 11th. So that might be why. Oh, going to get my apologies. Well, I'm not going to change my tone. The trailer looked great, except, hey, look, it was woke. There's wokeness in the show. Here's that quote again. Here we go. Who's this? The 13th? I guess that's what his name is. At Still Diggs. This has honestly made my day. He's all excited about that. I have the hatred of apartheid in my bones. And most of all, I detest the segregation and separation of language and literature. I do not care which of them you think white. That supposedly was j.r.r. Tolkien. I only have two quotes from j.r.r. Tolkien here. I don't understand this one. I mean, I don't understand the "I do not care which of them you think white" part. But that's two quotes from j.r.r. Tolkien. Now, I have a quote for you. 95% of all quotes are misattributed. That comes from Thomas Alva Edison, so it must be true. That's all I can say. But now we have Joe Vallo down here. He says, I want to clearly state that the toxicity you saw yesterday does not represent LOTR fandom, nor the views of Tolkien himself. Those nasty comments are agitators who know nothing about Tolkien and are fighting a culture war they created. Fans don't deserve the toxic drama. What do you mean by who know nothing about Tolkien? You mean nothing about his work or nothing about him as a person? Because those are two different things. When you say you know nothing of Tolkien, maybe you're talking about his work, his body of work, which a lot of people are very familiar with, especially the descriptions of the different peoples, countries, races, so on and so forth, in the show. Now, if that's the case, which it probably is, because this is all about how it's okay to be woke. You know, you can just be as woke as you want to be. It's fine, change Lord of the Rings. It's a fantasy. It doesn't matter. Well, for all those people out there that I say it's fine, change Lord of the Rings. It doesn't matter. It's just a fantasy. I say that we make the next Black Panther played by a white guy. Sounds good to me. Doesn't it sound good to you? That's what I would like to see happen with the next Black Panther. I don't know what the drama was. I'm guessing that this guy here was talking about how it's evil to have a completely white show because, anything white is bad. There's that quote again. They did a lot of this. They just love this because they assume that it's like with paint and drama. Oh, yeah. With paint and drama part, I don't understand why they're so upset about it being an all-white show, but what do I know? This Dr. Dimitri Fimi is an idiot, by the way. What else we got here? Oh, here we go. Oh, what is this? Homophobia. I don't speak this language. I wonder this. Oh, here we go, right here. Homophobia, racism, and misogyny have no place in LOTR fandom. 20 years ago, they claimed Ian McKellen's gay Gandalf would ruin Tolkien's Catholic legacy. It sounded stupid then, and still does. Same types of people making ignorant comments now get a swift block and ban. Haru, you don't look very old, maybe 25. Yeah, Haru. So since that was 20 years ago, you were 5 and didn't really know what was going on in the world. I was older than 5 and I knew what was going on in the world and nobody cared. Like literally nobody cared that Ian McKellen was gay. Nobody said anything about it. Nobody. We just wanted to have a good Lord of the Rings movie. And it was good. Some people complained that it wasn't true to the books. It wasn't true enough to the books. But I mean, you have to take certain things out for this kind of... The books are boring from what I've heard. I don't know. I think I read one of them a long time ago. And yeah, it didn't go beyond that. Oh, we have Liz Adams here. She says, POC and LOTR. I repeat, there are finally people of color in Middle Earth. Oh, wow. That's so exciting for you, Liz. Look, there's a black elf. Except that's not a black elf. That's a African elf. There's a black dwarf. And here's a white lady. White human. Now, I don't think that Tolkien had black elves. I didn't think he had dark elves. Drow elves. A lot of you like to pronounce it drow, but R-O-W. And almost every single word that it's in spells row, not row. Borrow, tomorrow, sorrow. So sorry, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. It's just you got to go with the numbers. There were no black dwarfs. Dwarves live underground. There's no reason to have black skin. This is just ridiculous. You put people of color in Middle Earth because, hey, that's what you got to do. That's amazing. Oh, here we go. This is the one right here. Where Dr. Dimitra Fimi, era, whatever, 1807 to 67, played Shakespeare's Richard III and King Lear. David, whoever, played whoever, Prometheus, 2005. What exactly is the problem with a black elf or dwarf in a Tolkien adaptation? There is no answer I can think of. Okay, well, this is an idiotic tweet because it does not give the race of this Ira person or this David person. Not at all. Now, I'm going to assume that they are not white, and then they play these parts, and it was okay. Everybody was fine. And I'm just going to refer you right back to, let's have the next guy who played Black Panther be white. I think we should do it. If you wanted to do that, this would not be an issue. Everybody would be like, okay, so what? We just toss whoever in there that we feel like tossing in there, whether they fit the role or not, from an aesthetics point of view. And things used to be more like that in the past. But see, the problem is, a bunch of people got butthurt and got together and said, hey, how come it's only white people in Tolkien's thing? That doesn't make any sense. We have to have brown people in there. We can't have it all white people. Yeah, and nobody is going, hey, look, there's basically like only black people in Coming to America. There's basically only black people in I'm Gonna Get You, Sucka. There's basically only black people in Black Panther. Or there's only black people in a lot of these movies. There's a lot of movies out there that are only black, or only Asian people, or only Hispanic people. Nobody has a complaint about. Nobody's come forward and said, "Hey, that's not right. You can't do that." But as soon as it's only white people, oh my God, how dare you? How dare you? You're just the wrong person. You're just totally wrong. Well, reality is, yeah, there's lots of different people, and so if you're gonna have it your way, then I'm gonna want to have it my way. You see, that's how this works. Freaking idiots. Let's see. Is there anything else on here that I wanted to talk about? This guy right here. He doesn't really have anything too profound to say. So anyone who knows me knows how much I love LOTR, and so how nervous and skeptical I would have been of this project. I've seen the first few episodes, and I was braced to hate it, but kids, I did not hate it. I loved it. So there wasn't much else besides this on here. I wanted to take a look at this here from Dubeta. Thank you, Lord of the Rings on Prime, for not being afraid to cast people who look like me in such a
loved piece of fiction as a person of color who loves fantasy. I can't tell you how much it means to me to be represented in this way.
Yeah, okay, get over yourself. I mean, I love all sorts of things. You don't see me crying about not being represented. These people, I can't see myself in this way, so therefore, it's bad. So this elf right here, I couldn't find it. I thought I saw it on here. Maybe I saw it somewhere else. Something about saying, look, he's a brown skin or he's a black elf from the Sylvan Wood. Something like that, right? No. Sylvan Wood was filled with elves that were light-skinned, light-haired, light-eyed. They had like gold hair, silver hair, blue eyes, yellow eyes. It's ridiculous. So scrolling through here has been just a treasure trove of fun ideas. I also found this weird thing, which I don't know if this is even legitimate, because I couldn't find it on Screen Rant. I bet you could find it if you looked. I'm not very good at finding things on the internet. I don't know these people that come up with amazing finds on the internet, but new images from Rings of Power show us a side of Middle-earth ignored by Tolkien and Jackson. Are you kidding me? So Tolkien ignored his own work of fiction. Just ignored. I ignored the part of Lord of the Rings where there were black dwarves because, you know, that's a thing that would happen in nature. Black skin is a result of exposure to sunlight and how that is keeping you from absorbing harmful solar rays. White skin comes because, hey, we had a diet that was deficient in nutrients, so that we had to be able to absorb nutrients from the sun. That's how it happened. Anyway, thank you for watching. I do appreciate everybody stopping by and supporting me in my endeavors to challenge and defeat the woke. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and I will see you in the next video.